Hello, everybody. I'm Sean.
I'm Alex.
I'm Mohammed.
I'm JT.
Did we have to do this, by the way?
It was mandatory.
We did now.
And
Sorry.
we are the
Alright.
Game Gearheads, and we just got back from Too Many Games 2017. Even though it's Sunday and it's still going on, but at least one
We're
day.
plebs.
We're plebeians who don't have money.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I
Yeah.
literally ran out of money.
The con season, that'll do that. That'll do it to you.
They conned me.
Hashtag con life. All right.
Alright, I feel like we keep interrupting Sean. He's trying to set it up.
Story of my life. Anyway. But yeah, we just got back, and we're just gonna give our general impressions of the convention itself. It's JT's first year going here, and we actually we're all in the same room while filming the impressions for once.
Yeah.
So that's a nice thing.
Yeah.
Because last year was just Alex, and the year before was Max and Alex.
And I sent a picture of like.
You sent a picture of all this shit. Yeah. Yeah.
But this time we're here.
Yeah, we're all here, and then yeah. So
Want to begin?
well, let's begin. Since it was JT's first year, I only feel it's obvious that you go first.
It was literally the trashiest experience. No, I really enjoyed
That's
it.
facts.
That's very true.
That's
That is
facts.
very, very true. There was a lot more cosplay stuff than I was expecting. I was expecting a fair amount, but
Yeah, there was like way more cosplayers than last year.
They were good too.
Yeah.
we saw a really cool Reinhardt one
Really?
from Underwatch.
From Wonder Woman.
Overtail.
From Overwatch, and it was like I
Yeah.
saw some really cool cosplays there and a lot of furries.
What did you think
Lot
about
of
the
furries.
market?
Oh my gosh, there's so much crap there. So much stuff you wouldn't want to buy that's so overpriced, and then a couple things that you can buy. I
Yeah.
didn't know that you could haggle, and Muhammad kind of saved me there. He saved me like well over $40 total.
So
It
yeah.
saved me $10.
Well, I mean,
Yes.
I think what mostly happened was that the first thing JT bought, which we'll get to later, but like the first thing he bought, I was like, randomly, I was like, "Do you think you can drop $5 on that?" And he was just like, "Yeah, it's a little. Yeah, we'll go lower."
Yeah.
And then basically JT learned, and for every single thing we bought after that, it was like, you negotiate with the people because they're people. I mean,
Yeah.
You drop it down to like a horribly low price, and they're just like, "How about we go a little higher?" And you're just like, okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Mo, what are your thoughts?
To be honest, I love the convention every year, and this year was no different. The
It's our
marketplace.
third year.
What?
It's our third year going there.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it's just as fun every year. Like, my favorite part is probably the arcade because I get to play all the fighting games.
We spent way
terrible
more
at.
time in the arcade this year.
Yeah, and that's what I feel like is sort of better because you have to imagine like you're getting into the convention and you want to do two things, which is go to the panels for the people you enjoy,
Right.
and you want to go to the arcades that you don't have either in your community or you don't have them at your house that you don't get to play those games.
Or in the
very much.
country.
Yeah, exactly. So those two are the best parts. Like Marketplace is a lot of fun to walk through and see the cool stuff they have, look at the
Yeah.
art and stuff. But definitely the panels and the arcade, even though sometimes you might not be interested in them, they're really like the sort of the meat of the convention. I'd say like the core of it. So those are my favorite parts.
Okay. For my experience at the con, I think it was compared to last year. I think it is like one of these cons that just gets better each year I go. Because like first year it was like, hey, this is cool, I want to keep going. Second year I thought it was like a little better. This year I think was a lot better
Mhm.
than last year.
Yeah.
Mostly because like the marketplace was just really awesome. Like there was like a ton of really nice people.
Yeah,
there.
I feel like the Marketplace this year was
Yeah.
like way better than the ones previously.
Yeah, because last year I didn't get too many things. This year I didn't get too many games last year.
I didn't
This year
I didn't want to do it, but you did. Okay.
This
I
year
see how it's gonna
this
be.
year I got a better load than I did last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So-
and the arcades are awesome. I really wanted to try Dance Dance Revolution though.
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance
Oh,
to
a
do
bunch
that.
of pros there.
Yeah,
that was
there's-
awesome.
So that's one thing that I will say. Like, it's there should be sort of like a system at least, because you'll have people that sit on like Street Fighter Alpha 3 or like Street Fighter Third
The
Strike
entire
for
time.
literally the whole time.
Mostly because they can't get up.
Yeah, I mean, no, but like you're not wrong. Like, we'll get to roasting the people in just a second, but like there's some.
Well,
points
we're
where-
ourselves too, so
Yeah, it's fair. Just trust me. We're
We'll
in
get
this
there.
together.
I'm
But-
holding on to a good one right now.
Yeah, but yeah, that's one thing. But like, at the end of the day, like, there's so much that goes on at Too Many Games that we just don't have in our community, and it's nice to be able to experience it.
Yeah.
So.
But you,
Okay, that's
So, after
it was
all,
a con.
It was a convention.
after all 3 years, I have to say I think this was the most fun, due to the fact that the arcade was a lot better. I think and more welcoming.
Yeah.
And you know,
that's true.
I've a couple of times I played with a bunch of people. Just came up and like I was sitting down at a GameCube and a guy said, "Oh, can I play?" And I'm like, "Oh, hey, yeah," and it was fun. And the marketplace, it was huge. I'd say there. It was.
Did you say huge?
Huge.
Huge.
I'd say it was still pretty packed. There wasn't a ton of breathing space, but I feel
Yeah.
like they kind of get a better system for it.
Yeah.
But I'd say overall it gets better every year, and I can't wait for next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully we can get Max next year.
Yeah.
So we can
Because
get the
Max
whole
came
group.
the first year.
He came
right?
the first
Yeah.
year.
And
but
that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That was a lot of
This
fun.
year he's busy like college stuff, so
Mhm.
that wasn't really an
Yeah.
option.
Lame.
You're trying to
People
make
going to the
you're
game.
trying to make an actual life. How dare you? Yeah, but do you guys want to talk about the panels? Because like
Yeah.
that was an experience.
Do you mind if I say
You can
something?
go ahead.
So, okay, we might get into a little bit of roast territory if that's cool with you. I love the YouTubers and the guests that they had. Like, I know Sean, you're much more into Sonic than I am, but
Yeah.
like, I think it's really cool that they were able to, the organizers of Too Many Games were able to get not only voice actors and developers. Like, so voice actors from Sonic, but they were also able to get indie developers. If you saw, there were indie
Yeah.
booths. They were able to get those people, and
And
they were also
like
able
one of
to
the
get YouTube
illustrators
stuff.
for the comics as well.
Yeah, so the Too Many Games organizers did a fantastic job. They were able to get tons of different people from all outlooks of game development to come and speak. And for that reason, I'm always excited to go to the panels. But so one of the problems I have is I feel like they don't know really which panels are going to get more attention. Like the Sonic
Yeah.
06 versus Sonic Boom, right?
Right. Yeah.
Debate that was supposed to that should have housed more people, but it was in like a small room, right?
Yeah, that's always it's been. Yeah, they're gonna try to get a bigger room next year
Okay.
because like they were in the same room.
And-
It was really small.
And then
Thankfully, I got in this year.
yeah,
And the panel was hilarious. And they filmed it too, so that was you can find it on FTCR's channel at some point. But yeah, it was really
But
funny.
the other thing I had was, well, it's kind of two things that detract a little bit from the panel. Is that the microphone setup is kind of weird, where if you're in the front, it's really loud. Like I sat in the front for the Some Call Me Johnny panel, the live panel.
Oh, yeah.
And not that it was like loud that your ears are bleeding, but like it's much louder in the front, and in the back. I know
Can't-
JT.
Yeah,
Can't even hear
I
it.
couldn't
you,
hear a
you
word.
couldn't hear anything.
Yeah, we
So-
went to the Sonic Mega panel,
And-
and we were in the back because of
Couldn't
the
hear.
line. And
All I
we
heard was
couldn't-
like blah blah blah, and then someone would laugh, and then everyone else would laugh, and then like
And
and
that
then you hear Johnny speak.
that
and
right
then you hear like Johnny mumble.
That right there is like probably, and this has nothing. I don't, because I'm not saying that anyone is like at fault for this, but like, damn if people laugh at everything that Johnny would say. Like when I was listening to the panel, like he would start developing like he would develop his speech, I guess, essentially, and immediately like if he said the smallest joke or the smallest quip, the whole room would erupt in laughter, and I couldn't hear what he was saying for like the next like
Minute.
yeah.
They
I
just
mean-
like everyone just like
Yeah,
lost
yeah,
their
yeah.
shit.
and
for
I don't know
no
if that's
reason.
a mic setup thing or if that's just Sonic fans being
That's just Sonic fans being the
As-
most terrible.
as a fellow Sonic fan, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sonic fans
So-
are literally the worst people to ever exist on the planet. They can't decide whether or not they
Agreed.
love or hate
Yeah.
everything ever. It's like, I'm gonna rant for just 1 second. Oh, 6. I love this
One.
game. No, I'm just kidding. I hate this game. The classics are better. No, the classics are absolute ass. Make your goddamn mind up. Okay, back to Too Many Games.
But basically, the point is, there's certain factors that detract from the panel experience, and if the people at Too Many Games who are already doing like a fantastic job, if they can figure out how to like fix these problems, maybe just fix the mic setup so we can hear in the back and hear
Then
over the
find a way
laughter.
to actually organize a line.
Yeah. So and you should
Let me
talk
get into
about
this because this was absolute horseshit. Because this is for the Johnny panel. Was
Yeah.
it? Something
Yeah.
on Johnny Live. Yeah, this was
Yeah.
which was an awesome panel. I thought the panel was hilarious. But
Yeah, we got the review live.
yeah, the live review.
That was awesome.
I hope he does like like a live reaction sort of thing.
Yeah.
Where he has the audience.
Yeah.
Because I think that would make it funnier. But so we were in line. We were like the first line that was there, and it was a pretty long line, but it wasn't like as bad as the mega panel because we were at least a little bit closer to the door. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, like 50 people just like cut in line.
I'm pretty sure the guy told him to. Too.
Yeah.
And the guy came up. He's like, "No, I didn't."
So, my fault.
Yeah.
It was.
He totally told him to.
Yeah, and then they said like, okay, we're gonna get you guys on a different. We're gonna get those people on a different line. They're gonna go last. They went first.
Yeah.
And they took up the seats.
Got shit.
So we couldn't sit together though. Did you guys sit more in the back?
Oh wait, I like more like the
Second from the last
shit.
row.
Yeah.
I was a bit closer to the.
I was placed when I walked into the room. A nice defender, I think they're called the volunteers. He said, "There's an open seat right there," and it was in between two neckbeards.
I was stuck between two neckbeards then.
Yeah, and okay.
I was in front of
It
Chick
was
as you
just.
leave.
I would have
Oh
preferred.
god, they were.
I would have
They're
preferred to be
freaky.
with my friends, obviously, but if I don't know, they need to regulate it more because it's. I know line hopping is like, people do it, and there's not really much you can. There isn't like if it's like one or two people, there isn't much you can do.
But
But if
50
you
people?
see, if you see a whole line.
When you see the whole convention go into the line.
Yeah, exactly, and cut a whole section of the line. Obviously, you're gonna need to make adjustments in your volunteers. I know on their website I think you can sign up to be a volunteer, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, but basically, I don't know who they're getting the volunteer, but like, it seemed like the guy that was regulating the lines had a couple of friends that were attending the convention. He was like, "Yeah, you guys can just cut in front of."
Too bad. If we were defenders, we would totally do that too.
It's all about who you know.
Yeah, but I mean, still, I would prefer that they picked people that were legit.
Yeah, I just feel like that was kind of a little unfair.
But regardless, the panel was.
Life's unfair.
There it is.
So, was there anything else in particular you had in mind to talk about? There was no. We didn't make a Virtual Boy review this year. We did not play Giant Jenga, but
yeah,
we did.
I was looking for Giant Jenga.
I did
couldn't
play
find it
at
anywhere.
a couple of the indie game booths. Like,
Really?
there was this one. I think it was called Blaster Master, and I played
Blaster
that.
Master Zero.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
spoke with the developers, and that one was pretty interesting. But aside from that, there was in the entire back row there was just a whole row of indie games that you could, and that's really cool that you can talk to developers and see what the challenges they had.
I actually ran into some guys from Extra Life for their game day because they're a charity organization where you'll play for play a game for 24 hours raising money for a specific.
Oh yeah, you
hospital.
told me. So were you thinking about doing that, right?
Yeah, I was thinking about
That would be.
And apparently they give you the tools to set up the live stream and stuff like that.
Sounds good.
Assuming my computer can actually run it, then
well,
yeah.
I know
totally
mine
do it.
could if it's necessary.
That reminds me, we got cornered by some MagFest.
Yeah,
MagFest, yes.
Yeah, do you want to talk about that?
You mainly talk with you, so you can.
Oh, okay. Well,
you did the most of this.
This guy from MagFest basically came up to JT and I as we were shopping, and he was telling us about MagFest basically, which is if you don't know, it's
music
like
and gaming.
It's
festival.
exactly. It's and he described it as a festival where they're trying to get more and more people involved in the gaming community, get involved in developing games, in helping not just foster like growth in people that play video games, but also help out their communities while they're doing it. So what he did, he gave me a card, and I've been studying computer science at school for a few years now, and basically said they take volunteers from across the country because it's an Eastern Seaboard convention, and I believe that I'm going to be in touch with them pretty soon, but if it all plays out as we hope, I could potentially be visiting MagFest when it comes up,
nice.
which would be awesome.
I think it's usually like a Michigan.
Yeah.
Maryland with that.
Maryland.
Oh, Maryland?
It's right past, really close to DC.
Okay, I thought it was Michigan. Okay.
Yeah. So that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
And then I was gonna say, do one of you guys want to talk about the cosplay tournament or not tournament?
Tournament.
So there was a cosplay competition, and I think Alex and JT and I saw it for a little bit. So do you guys want to discuss that or talk about
I'd
it, like the
say-
winners and stuff?
Since as the years have gone by of the convention, I'd say the
Cosplayers have gotten better.
Gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
I've never seen.
I
it
saw an
before.
awesome Lex Luthor.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
so
Luthor
you got a
was
picture with
cool.
Lex Luthor.
But when I've never seen the convention, and I just got in time to announce the winners, but
Yeah.
it seemed like they were picked pretty well based on a total balance. They didn't just pick random people.
Yeah.
They're not like, oh,
And-
you're skimpy.
and-
Hey.
Yeah,
They're like,
which
they actually
is
chose the
essentially
one-
how it's been for
Yeah,
the
and
past.
they actually chose people who had like complex and like
And who
legitimate,
cared about
decent
they were well
things and
deserved.
like
Yeah.
were in character for it or
Yeah. I'd
had
say-
the best props and stuff. Things that actually made them good cosplayers.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I'd say
Actually,
it's
that-
better this year. I'd just say it's a lot better this year.
Yeah.
That actually reminds me of a funny story because like in terms of like a cosplay contest, there was like a cosplay contest at Sonic Boom 2014, I think. And it was like just pure Sonic convention up in New York, and
Okay.
it was like, what was it? And like they chose like the winner based on audience applause, and like there was like a bunch. There was like a Mecha Sonic. There was like
Okay.
Mentos from Unleash,
Okay.
and one of the guys from FTCR Smoothies, he went up just as himself, saying that he was Chris Thorndike, who writes Sonic 06 fan fiction as for 11. No, Sonic 06 poetry for 11, and he got third place from it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, just from
Oh
just from
my
audience
God.
applause. But he gave it to like one of the other contestants, but it was really funny. That's something.
That's pretty
That is
funny.
pretty good. That is pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there was, and I feel like for the past years we've gone, and how fun it's been. I feel like we still haven't really scratched like the surface of how much potential.
Yeah, we've been
the
going for like
convention
just
has.
one. We've just been doing the 1 day pass for the past 3 years.
Yeah, so it's a really I know I can just tell by the atmosphere that they do put a lot of care and work
Yeah.
into setting up the
Yeah.
convention,
Oh,
and it shows. It's really fun.
Especially since it's in a warehouse.
So with that said, do you think we should cut off and talk about the spoils of war? Or was there anything else you wanted to discuss?
I think. Well, is there? You're doing the Mr. Burns.
Well, let's keep going.
All right.
So is there anything else that you guys have in mind?
No,
Or-
on my part. You guys
well
got
then.
I just say it was great, and I cannot wait for next year.
it? Indeed.
It was the best convention, the most fantastic convention.
Better than that.
All right. Well,
All
with
right.
that said, then to the spoils.
Let's go to
To the spoils we go.
right there.
Alright, so I'm starting with my loot. I got some pretty sick loot. I'm really happy with it. So, got the Ocarina of Time shirt. Looked around for a little bit. This is the one I like the best. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. You know, like Corona and stuff. The thing that I like the most here, Pokemon Diamond. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Do you want to explain that one? Because like.
So yeah, we went to a booth, and I said, "Hey, do you guys have Pokemon Diamond or Pearl or Platinum or any of those ones?" And they showed me their little bin, and I was like, "Okay, can I get it down to 10?" They're like, "No, you can't get it down to 10." So I got it for 13, from 15, so that's pretty decent. We were standing in line for the Some Call Me Johnny booth, and I said, "Hey, can I test out the game just in case?" Tested it out. It was completely fried. Didn't even go to the title screen. Like it'd load and then immediately just crap
Yeah,
out.
we
did
tried it
three
on
times.
my 3DS and
It just didn't work. So I ran back to their booth. I'm like, "This is not cool. Can I swap it out?" And they're like, "That's cool." So I swapped it out, and this one works just fine. Had a little freak out first because it didn't work the first time, and then it just worked, and it was all good. So I'm happy.
That's good.
All right, and now for the actual creme de la crop. Creme de la creme. I got a Super Nintendo, and I'm really happy with this because
Nice.
I've been trying to get one of these for literally months, but I don't have money that I'm willing to spend unless I go to cons, in which case I have money to spend that I'm willing to spend. Donkey Kong Country 2, really happy with that. Super Mario World, really happy with that. And then
You'll probably enjoy it.
That's
the good one.
honestly, like,
I was
the
so
big
happy
three,
with this.
Really. Those three games, like the
Yeah.
big three for Super Nintendo.
I was so happy. I was looking around for Link to the Past at a decent price for at least an hour and a half or 2 hours. That was
35
my-
is really good.
Oh, I got it for 32, and I was like,
Oh.
so happy.
32 or
32.
okay? I thought you meant like 32.
Haggle skills.
Yeah. Mojo top.
Works all the
hacking
time.
Skills. So yeah, we tested it all out. It came with controller and like all the stuff. So it all works good. And I'm like really happy. So I think I had a pretty good haul this year.
What about that thing?
That thing? This
We
thing?
just discussed it. Pay attention next time, Mo. You gotta pay attention, Mo. You gotta pay
The
attention.
game's playing
You gotta
itself,
pay attention,
John.
Mo.
The game's playing itself, Sean.
Come on, Sean.
I don't know what to do. Sean, Sean.
All right.
Just get your shit out of the table already.
Alright, so this is the gear I got. Starting with the big one. This is a Smash University tank top, and it's the first thing I saw when I walked into the convention. I was like, I need that. So I got it. It was a pretty good deal. It was like $20, and it looks really cool. So that's number one. Then this is the main thing I was in search of during the convention, because I was planning on doing an Eve Elise Final Fantasy marathon, and this is the first game in that mini series of Final Fantasy games. So that's what I was mainly looking for going into the convention, and I found it for a pretty decent price. So that's good.
Nice.
Then Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga,
Which is being re-released for 3DS.
yeah, and if I'm not wrong, this is probably one of the most renowned Mario and Luigi games. I got this and a classic controller, which I need to play. So recently I transferred all my Wii data to Wii U, and unfortunately the GameCube adapter doesn't work as a classic controller anymore.
Nope.
So I
it never
needed-
did to begin with.
Well, it works. I know it works for.
Works for
the
Smash,
Wii.
and that's about it.
Oh no, I mean for like, so when I used to play virtual
Oh, you mean
console
like
games,
the stuff, like the sockets on the Wii?
Yeah. So I
Yeah,
used
that
to
was
use it
about
as I used to use it as a classic controller, and so now that I can't do that anymore, I had to get a wired classic controller. And this one is pretty cool. I think it's a third party, even though it looks.
Looks official.
Yeah, it looks official, but it's a third party. So.
Yeah.
But it should work well for the, transferred games. So pretty good. And then JT recommended Monster Hunter Freedom Unite.
Who else?
I kind of forced. I was like, Muhammad,
Yeah.
you should buy this. He's like, sure. I was like,
Because my PSP library is kind of lacking, so.
Everyone's PSP library is lacking.
Exactly. And then, so I met a guy. He was pretty shady, actually, and he had these 3 games.
Stash in his backpack.
So what happened was I visited a booth and I saw Dragon Warrior 7 for $45. I saw Parasite for $20, and I actually didn't see Pikmin at all. Pikmin 2. But I met this guy because he saw me looking at Dragon Warrior 7, and he said, "Hey, I have the same game in my bag for, $10 less, and it's in mint condition. So, would you like to buy it from me instead?" And I said, "Sure." He showed me the discs, and he showed me other games he had, and he said, "If you buy it in a bundle, I'll take a couple dollars off of it." So, I spent more money, and then last thing is, and this was like when the convention was winding down, and JT was like, "Man, you can't keep spending money. You're gonna waste all of it." And
You gotta
then
go broke, man. You just gotta jump.
yeah,
man.
so I picked these 2 games up, and I asked the booth, how low are you willing to go with this? And he said, "I'll knock $10 off of it." And then I walked away because I really did not want to spend that much money on the games, but. I walked away and he was like, "Well, how much are you willing to spend?" And he was like, and I told him what I had been telling most people. I was like, my checking account is like running low. I've been spending money all the convention. So he knocked another 10 off of it, and I was like, all right, cool. So basically, this whole thing
well
is a
organized,
product.
I gotta say.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
that's a
all
real haul.
it's all a product of fucking impulse buying. That's basically what this is.
That was a great punchline.
So, yeah.
Especially those last ones.
Yeah.
You're like, Muhammad, I remember I kept cornering him. I'm like, Muhammad, you need to stop spending money. He's like, I really need to get these. I'm like, you do. You really
No,
need them?
I don't.
I mean, he put it at 50. I'm just like, Muhammad, don't get him. He's like, all right. He handed him back, and he's like,
Oh no.
I didn't see anything. I'll knock it down to 40, okay?
And I was
like, he
just
knocked
like,
himself. He like tapped himself. He's
Fine.
like, I
alright.
didn't see anything.
Yeah. So that's basically the story of the convention.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alex, you're up.
Okay, so this was my haul, kind of smaller than last year, even
But you got bigger stuff
though
this year.
same amount of money. To start off with, I got this FC3 Plus by Yobo, which I've been told is pretty good.
You only buy stuff once.
Yeah, don't think I'm a pleb for buying this. I own an NES and I own a Genesis.
I'm glad you're using JT's lingo.
Yeah.
You're a pleb for buying.
Yep.
Shut up, you're not even over here.
Get older.
The main reason behind this was I own an NES and a Genesis, and my brother owns an SNES, but they're very
The
glitchy.
NES doesn't work very
Yeah,
well.
and so I figured I want to get something where I can play the games and, not have to worry about it maybe working. So this was the main reason behind this. So, kind of excited. So.
Can I just ask what is that G factor?
That's a good question.
Is that like a? Who knows? Okay, whatever.
Whatever.
It's a thing.
Maybe
Okay,
Famicom? I don't know.
So then, I got this. I was kind of excited. F-Zero. Got it for a pretty good price. I have most of the famed SNES games, so I figured.
I don't mean to brag, but
Yeah. No, but I've never played F-Zero, so I'm very excited to play it. So I got this. This is a repo, actually.
a reproduction cartridge.
Yeah. So the guy was explaining it to me.
Yeah, I've seen this hack before. It's like
It's cool.
it's like all the cut levels from Sonic 2.
It's all the cut levels from the original Sonic to Sonic 3. He
Oh, really?
With the with all the cut music, and it's all put together in one
Oh shit!
cartridge. So I figured it might be something fun to play and try out. So I'm excited about this.
And then that just
And
looks awesome.
last but certainly not least, I was coming in looking for some good
You've gotten
artwork.
Guardian stuff for like the past 3 years. Like last year, you had the shirt.
Yeah,
the
for-
Mario
yeah.
Mario 3 was so it was like Gruden
Yeah.
Rocket.
So I actually, the stand was at the front, and I just walked by it, and I looked at stuff. I'm like, wow, this is pretty cool. Then I saw this, I was like, wow, that is beautiful.
This is
So I am very happy with this, and this is the small yet quite expensive haul from Too Many Games.
Well, it's definitely larger stuff,
costs
definitely.
at least
Yeah.
$4 total. At least $4.
Because there's
At
4
least.
items.
Oh, yeah, that too.
You see, just worked it itself.
A plus.
All right.
All right, Sean,
All right.
it's your turn.
Now
Sean.
it's my turn.
Nothing.
All right, Sean.
Let's
This
get
is
the hell out of my shot.
this is your haul.
Found
So
the real
let's
Yeah.
talk about it.
All right. This may not look it, but this is probably the biggest haul I've had since probably the first year. And
All $4.
all right, so let's talk about this real quick. This is actually I got this. We actually JT and I split the money because he got the Ocarina of Time shirt and I got the,
Right, and there was a two for the
it
price.
was like
of,
2 for $40
Yeah,
Yeah.
deal because they were each 25, but they dropped it down. So yeah, that's a cool. I love this shirt because I'm a big Mega Man fan.
yeah. That is freaking hilarious.
Yeah, now you want freaking hilarious? You got this.
Yes.
so talk about this,
So
please.
Alex got me this at the convention.
Yeah.
He saw it and it was like, because as you know, I do a Nicolas Cage impersonation. He's even on my wall.
Oh God.
He's
There's
always
Well-
cage everywhere. There's rage in the cage and the wage of the.
Put the
Okay.
cage where he put the bad guys in the cage.
Despite all my rage, I'm still just Nicolas Cage. But yeah, that's a pillowcase.
Yeah.
So
now you can sleep on his face.
yeah, exactly. So Alex.
I thought it was a body pillow.
Dude, Nicolas Cage
it's a flat
senpai.
body pillow.
Yeah.
So Alex, just want to say thank you. Thank you for getting me that. I
You
appreciate
should.
it.
I don't know if you should thank me or punch me in the face.
Both.
but-
I'll figure something out. I'll do what Nicolas Cage does.
Oh, did you realize this is our podcast table, by the way?
Oh yeah, this is the round table.
Whoa, the
Sean,
legendary
you're not
round
doing it in a
table.
bear costume, though.
But regardless,
All right, let's
talk
move-
about the art.
Let's move to the posters. All right, so there was an artist there who was like selling these posters, and it was like 3 for $25. They were each $10, but it was like a 3 for $25 deal, so it was cool.
So that's your Mega Man
That's
one.
Mega Man. I love that. This
You
one
got-
was actually the last one she had. It was like
Yeah, yeah.
This is from the comic series.
Because there tends to be a lot of Sonic fans at Too Many Games. So
So
I
it was
guess,
Sonic themed this year, so it makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah, especially that.
And I was surprised that they had this. It was the Batman and Ninja Turtles crossover.
This is my favorite one you got.
this one's
is awesome.
awesome.
Yeah.
Now we just
So-
need Kevin Conroy speaking with the Ninja Turtles as well. All right, now that may seem like that's it, but let's move on to the actual games and stuff.
Those don't look like games.
Let's get these out of the way first. Again, keeping up with the Mega Man theme this year, I got Mega Man and Proto Man. These little things.
I think there's a word for what those pixel art things are
Yeah, I
called.
don't know what they're called, but it's like
They're cool.
beads or something like that.
Yeah.
Shoot 'em in the face. All right.
Then you got
And then the
more,
games.
More Mega Man.
the
Alright.
first review of the channel
Yeah, you're right. That's a good point.
and also the
Metal Gear
shittiest
Solid for $10. The case is cracked, but it's black labeled, so I'm happy about that.
It's got-
also a rip Blockbuster video.
Yeah, so it's a Blockbuster video copy, but still, it's like a souvenir, right?
And it's got that on the back as well.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's all cool. And also, just to make Mo happy, I
Finally.
got Final Fantasy VII.
You
Dude,
finally
took
got
long
Final
enough.
Fantasy VII.
Green label, but I don't care. It's
Yeah, no, but very good price though.
yeah,
This game is
25. That's a great price.
largely regarded as one of the best in the series. 25. 25 is a really good deal.
Yeah. Sonic Adventure 2, because I'm waiting to get the Dreamcast version for a while. This makes 3 versions of the game I own now.
God damn it.
But it was originally $45. I got it down to $35, so that was good. That was a good deal.
Pro haggling, of course.
Sean.
Sean.
Yeah. Let's open that up.
It's even got like the
manual
inserts.
and
That's
shit.
awesome.
Yeah. Oh, rip.
Rip Fantasy Star Online. Rip.
It's a version 2, nonetheless.
You know they made a second one and it's just in limbo right now. So.
I actually saw it like in the at the con. It was for the GameCube, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. This one. This is actually a Sega Saturn Action replay. This is actually one of the things I've been meaning to get for a while, just because I can do like cheats and I can activate that way I can play like Japanese games on my Saturn.
So this lets you basically, I mean, aside from cheats, it lets you import Japanese games and basically bypasses the region lock, which is very useful.
Yeah. Mega Man 8. This is a one I've been meaning to get for a while. It's in a. This is an interest. I actually haven't seen like a PlayStation case that looks like this before, but because usually they're jewel cases. But yep, it's a PS1 copy, and I've been meaning to get that for a while.
Nice.
Yeah. So I guess it's technically Black Label, but.
Technically speaking.
And last thing I got, this is also a reproduction card. This is a Mega Man: The Wily Wars.
So
Now-
I remember hearing about this on Some Call Me Johnny's
So
video.
what it is like the Wily Wars is basically the first 3 Mega Man games that are all bundled into one game, like
Okay.
with updated Genesis graphics and music and stuff like
And
that. With an extra Wily Tower segment at the end.
Okay.
But it was never released outside of Japan and Europe.
Okay. So this is like
this is
yeah.
a fan translated reproduction cartridge,
Awesome.
and it's in nice condition. Actually, it actually looks really sleek, really clean. Yeah, I'm happy with this buy.
I am too. So that's the haul for Sean.
That about does it.
And with that said,
I think that's a good place. Here, I'll take the camera.
all right.
I think that is a good place to say we're vlogging now. Actually, we're gonna start.
What is up?
We're starting having vlogs on the channel. What's up, bros? Okay.
So your hits.
All right. So, with that said, I'm Sean.
I'm Mo. I'm JT.
And I am Alex.
Where are the Game Gear heads?
That we are.
Thanks for watching. Here's the Too Many Games next year. See you guys.
Peace. Toodles.
Hello.